Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week, get everything you need to know in 90 seconds to 9 o'clock, with news today that is mainly about public anti-corruption efforts. Firstly, the IMF issued a report on worldwide corruption and unsurprisingly noted the way it undermines trust and growth. It claims public sector corruption siphons $1.5 to $2 trillion annually from the global economy in bribes and costs far more in stunted economic growth, lost tax revenues and sustained poverty. They did not review private sector corruption, however. Then the US reported that its federal government had a $106 billion budget surplus in April. That seemed good, but it is down from a $156 billion surplus in the same month a year ago. They're on track for a full-year deficit of $500 billion, slightly higher than the previous year. In perspective, their government budget deficit will be less than 2.8% of GDP. In the US, Google has said it will ban all ads from payday lenders. It said the move was to protect its users from such lending, which often leads to unaffordable repayment terms and financial harm. In Australia, its Prime Minister was named in the Panama Papers, but only for a brief exposure as an outside director of a mining company from 1993 to 1995. In Europe, some very large banks there are purging their customers in large numbers, trying to rid themselves of exposure to corruption-tainted funds. Each of UBS, Barclays and Deutsche Bank have apparently culled about 25,000 customers. It gives you an idea of the scale of the problem. The move could see up to 40% of all their customers forced off their books. And China is reported to be getting ready to abide by an OECD plan to clamp down on transfer pricing rot used by most multinational businesses. Bringing China into the multinational effort will make a big difference. In New York, the benchmark US Treasury 10-year yield is slightly lower today at 1.74%. Locally, although swap rates rose some, they flattened as well. In fact, they are now at their flattest in a year. The oil price is higher today, with the US benchmark now at $46 a barrel and Brent benchmark just over $47 a barrel. And the gold price is up as well, now at $1,272 an ounce. And finally today, the New Zealand dollar will start at more than 1 cent higher after yesterday's RBNZ financial stability report at 68.4 US cents, 92.5 Aussie cents and 59.8 euro cents. The TWI is now at 71.6. I'm David Chaston. And that was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.